Okay, and play out at the top of the sixth.
Some might be surprised to see Dennis Snelling back on the soccer field coaching the Woodstock Academy girls team. Experts who treated him didn't think he'd ever walk again.
Like turning a page, one page, your life is happy and you have a child and part of a member of the community that you contribute, and then the next day you're in a wheelchair and really not sure if you're not gonna. I don't know. I didn't know what was gonna happen.
3 days after his 35th birthday, Snelling had a seizure while driving. He lost control of his car and drove straight into a brick building, a pharmacy. The accident left him with a broken back and unconscious.
The first memory I have of it is waking up after the neurosurgeon at Hartford Hospital did fusion surgery and told me what happened.
Surgeons fused the vertebrae in his back, saving his life, but leaving little hope that he'd be able to walk, coach soccer, or even bend over to pick up his 1-year-old son.
I stayed as positive as I could. I was happy that I was alive, I guess, given the situation and the circumstances, and just kind of went about it day by day, doing what I could do.
3 days of care at Hartford Hospital were followed by over 10 weeks of treatment at Gaylord Hospital, where members of his team came to visit and provide cheer. Maybe that helped, but he started gaining some feeling where he had been paralyzed.
And little by little, it just started with a toe, being able to move a toe, being able to flex a calf or a hamstring, stretch or something like that. And then, the last things to come back are quads and hip flexors and the things that let you stand and walk. And
when he finally went home, it was still in a wheelchair with expectations that's where he'd stay.
About after the 10 weeks, I went home in a wheelchair. My house had been redone with a ramp and a handicapped bathroom and a place for me to live comfortably and without aid. And only about 2 weeks later, I just stood up on my own out of the wheelchair just to try it. And and then I could walk. I was like, okay, well, I'll try a crutch. And I was walking around with crutches, and by the time I was into outpatient physical therapy, I was using a walker or crutches and not a wheelchair at all.
Snelling says it took a lot of hard work and a support system, which included his doctors, nurses, therapists, family, and his team.
They did have a big part in, helping me stay positive and focused, and, everything I tell them to do as players.
All right.
All the things that you kind of just take for granted, I guess, certainly I have a stronger appreciation for, driving a car, just, everything, walking.